Hey Facebook, welcome to Life with Annie. I'm here at the beach again, and I wanted to share a couple of recipes with you today. I hope you can hear me out there. If there's anybody out there and you're having problems hearing anything, just drop a note and I'll see what might be going on. So we're going to do like I did last time. We like to have, quick, easy, yet delicious recipes when we come down here. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to do two things for you. The first one I'm going to do is, on the way down, I asked my sister what she would like me to make. I said I could make some kind of sandwich. Who that is? Hey Elizabeth, you can hear me good. Thank you for watching, Elizabeth. So I said, what kind of sandwich would you like to have? I could make either chicken salad, we could make pimento cheese, and she said pimento cheese. I love pimento cheese on crackers. So that's what we're doing today. We're making homemade pimento cheese. So I've got all my ingredients over here to the side, and we're going to start mixing them all together. And I will post these recipes over on Life with Annie. So let's see. The first thing I've got here is 4 ounces of cream cheese that I'm going to add down into our bowl. And it calls for a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And you all know that I use Duke's mayonnaise. So that's what we have here. And that's the ocean that you hear in the background. Very relaxing. And then it calls for a small 4-ounce jar of the pimentos, and you drain these. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in. And for the spices, let me put my glasses on for this because I don't want to tell you the wrong amounts because you might have a little bit of a surprise. It's 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a dash of seasoned salt, and I use the Lowry seasoned salt, black pepper to taste, so I've got the 3 seasonings in here that I'm going to add, and then it calls for 1/4 of a teaspoon of Tabasco or some kind of hot sauce. I'm using Texas Pete. So let me get my 1/4 of a teaspoon. And this really isn't extremely hot. I mean, you're not adding an extreme amount of heat to this. I think you'll be fine with it. And I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this part together because I want to get that cream cheese worked into the mixture before we add our main ingredient, which is all that delicious cheese. I'm going to grab a fork and try to break up that cream cheese a little bit more. I've had it sitting out softening, but it's still got a little bit to go before it's completely soft. Okay. I'm going to mash it around. We've actually had a little bit of rain down here. We went out earlier and did some grocery shopping, and when we were in the store, a man walked past us and went, "Don't get wet!" And it must have been really pouring down. We couldn't see it. And then later I was in another area and I heard something hitting the roof, and it was coming down pretty hard. But fortunately for us, when we got ready to leave, it had completely stopped. So we were able to get in the car and get home and get unloaded, and I don't think it's rained since. But we don't mind the rain. We've got plenty to do inside. Okay, so I think I've got all that mixed up pretty well. And the next thing I'm going to add is 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. So we'll add that in. Add the first cup and kind of mix it up. We went to a fish fry last night. There's a place within the area that we stay, and on certain nights they have a fish fry. And so we went down there and it was so good. Everything just seems different when you're on vacation. People seem different. It's just a different world when you're away from all the humdrum of daily work and chores at home and just the usual stuff, just to get away and kind of revive yourself. I think everybody needs to do that from time to time. And my husband Matt is so generous to let me come down here so much, but he takes care of the puppies for me. All right, and I think that is it for this recipe. I've got some crackers here because that's how my sister said she wanted it. She was craving pimento cheese with crackers. I love it on celery, so I'm going to take, just to taste it, on a little piece of celery. And I'm sure you've all seen this where you just kind of stuff your celery with pimento cheese. I thought about trying to put it through a piping bag or a Ziploc bag, but I didn't know if that would work too well, so I just went with this. So I'm going to take a quick bite of this and see if it's eat worthy. It's eat worthy. It's very good, actually. So, I'm going to set that to the side, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it a little bit later. There's another thing we're going to do with it. So, Southern style pimento cheese. And we'll put this back here. Okay. Now the next recipe we're going to make is for a pasta salad. Let me move my little pimento cheese out of the way here. There we go. Okay. So this is for a pasta salad. Another light, refreshing lunch or something when you're kind of, wanting anything here. We're having our steaks tonight on the grill. If it doesn't rain, we don't know about the weather yet, but we may be cooking them inside. But this recipe, I've already cooked up a pound of the color rotini pasta. Let me get the other recipe so I know what I'm doing here. Okay. And then we're just going to start adding in all our delicious ingredients. Alright, it calls for a half of the purple, I call them purple onions. They're red onions, but They look purple to me. So a half of a purple or red onion, whichever you prefer to call it, and 1 stalk of celery. So I'm going to add that in. Hey Pam, is Tucker around? Is he being a good boy? Alright, so there is the celery and the onion. Give that a little bit of a toss. And then it calls for a half of a red bell pepper and a half of a green bell pepper. I already chopped those up pretty finely, and we'll add those in. It calls for a can of chopped or sliced and drained black olives. In they go. And then we're just going to kind of toss this all together. It definitely is a pretty salad. Now, I forgot to buy this part at the store, but you could add it as a tomato, 1 tomato. It says to seed it, chop it up and put it in here. I just completely overlooked that ingredient when I was looking at the recipe. So, it's not in here, but I think we've got enough other ingredients that it should be just fine. Okay. And then it calls for a cup of Italian dressing, and this could be of your choice. We bought the Olive Garden brand because we love that kind. So that's what we're pouring on ours. We'll just drizzle that all over. I gotta tell y'all a funny story. My other sister lives down here. And when we came down Thursday night after work, we got up the next morning and we were going to go down and look. Remember the last time I was here, we went and looked at Alice's grave? Well, they did some more research in trying to find where the actual home was, because it had been moved from where it originally was. And my one sister that lives down here had found it. So she took us out there to look at it. Well, people live in it, so there's a no trespassing, so we couldn't really go see it. So we did pull down the dirt road, and there were some people in the yard. They have a little pond there, and they were fishing. So we could see the house from where we were. We just turned around and went on our way. We weren't going to be arrested for anything. So we left there, and the house is beautiful. It's an old white house with the columns. I mean, it's not like a plantation house, but it's really a nice house to, you know, to be that old. So my other sister who lives here, she needed to stop at the post office. Everybody stops at the post office all the time, right? And she gets out and goes in, and she said, well, do you want me to leave the keys in the car for y'all? Because we were just going to wait in the car. And he said, no, we'll be fine. So she proceeds to go into the post office, and my other sister was sitting in the back seat, complaining that she was hot. So she decides she's going to open the back door. And she did. And all bell and whistles started going off. The car alarm was just making all kinds of racket. And here 2 middle-aged women are sitting in this car, and I'm trying to find my phone and call her to get out here and turn this car off. But my mind was just going nuts because this alarm was going off. And my other sister said, well, maybe you can start the car. Well, I look over at her car, and she's got a button you mash to start the car. What happened to the keys? I've got an old-fashioned key to turn my car on, to open my doors. And they got all these lights and bells and whistles. So a car pulled up beside us, And this lady was in the car, and I couldn't look over at her. I just couldn't look over at anything. I mean, we had tears streaming down our face. We were laughing so hard. And I'm like, well, maybe she'll hear it and come out here and shut the thing off. And so she comes walking out just casual and everything, and she must have realized someone had called her, and I see her look down at her phone, and by then it had shut off. And she gets in the car, and we're just laughing so hard, the tears are coming down, and the lady gets out of her car. I guess she was afraid to get out of it when it was happening, because she probably thought we were like Bonnie and Clyde or something, sitting in this car with the alarm going off. And she finally got out, and she looked over at us, and she's just laughing at us, walking to the post office, and I just looked at her and waved. And it took us forever to stop laughing. It was hilarious. And my sister the other one, she didn't know anything had happened. She's like, well, why didn't you call me? I said, well, I did. She said, well, I was standing in there, and my phone started ringing, and I told the man at the post office, nobody ever calls me till I'm busy. And she hit the ignore button. But anyway, it was hilarious. It's one of those memories you'll look back and laugh on. Okay, so getting back to pasta salad. All this is pretty well done. The last two things that we're going to do, and it's pretty much for garnish, is we're going to add some Parmesan cheese. And I need to poke this open. And you can just kind of put it on top. You can stir it in. I'm just going to stir a little bit in. And garnish with some bacon. And I fried up about 6 pieces of bacon. And I cut them up. And just stir that in. And there you have it. Tricolor pasta salad. And it looks pretty good. And it's light. It's not anything that's going to weigh you down if you want to go. Oh, and I know another story I got to tell y'all. There was a rescue down here the other week. These two boys, who I guess aren't really used to going to the beach, they were down here, and they went and bought them one of them blow-up floats, and it was a Toucan Sam float. Okay, so these two young guys get on this float, which aren't allowed in the ocean. You have to have a boogie board or something, something with a rope attached to it. So these two guys get on this Toucan Sam float, go out in the ocean. Well, they keep going, and they keep going, and they keep going, and they couldn't come back. And so they had to call the beach patrol. I guess the lifeguards haven't started duty yet since it's still early. And they had to go out on a jet ski and try to get these boys in. So they went out and got the first boy, brought him in. They could only do one at a time. I don't know why they didn't send 2 jet skis. There could have been sharks out there. Went out and got the second boy, and Toucan Sam, poor guy, he might be in Mexico by now, but they had to leave him. But I mean, they were really out. My sister has pictures. You couldn't see. They were out at the horizon, and you couldn't see until she, blew her picture up how far out they were. So, quite an eventful place down here sometimes. Okay, I'll quit blabbing for now, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to have a picnic in a pail. Now, although the weather is a little bit rainy and a little bit, overcast today, that's okay. I don't care. We're going to still have our picnic in a pail. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to set these off to the side here and grab these little mason jars. Okay, so it's going to be the 3 of us. It's going to be both my sisters and myself. So what I'm going to do is we're going to fill up these little mason jars with some pimento cheese in each one. And I hope that y'all can see that. I know I've got this cabinet here in the way, but Here's that, and then I'm going to fill up these other ones with some of the pasta salad. And this looks so good. And even though it called for a cup of salad dressing, you could add a little bit more. You could always put some meats in here if you wanted to cut up some ham or some salami or some little pieces of pepperoni. Whatever you like. But this is what this particular recipe is calling for. One more. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside for now and show you what we're going to do. Let me get the lids for those. Lid on it. I think I got 2 lids on that one. I might have. And I think I did get an extra lid on that one. Let me see if I can figure out which one it was. Do you have 2 lids? No. Do you have 2 lids? Yes, you do. Thank you so much. Alright, so the lid on the last one. Alright, so we've got pasta salad for everybody and pimento cheese for everybody. And the last thing we're going to do, we have our picnic in a pail, is we're going to have a picnic in a pail. So we've got 3 buckets here. Bucket number 1, bucket number 2, and bucket number 3. And I thought it would be a cute idea. I had these cute little bags that I bought that I've never used before. Thank you, Melissa. And so I brought some of these down with me. We're gonna use it for our napkin. And then when you finish using it for your napkin, you can use it, wash it and use it in your hair, or you can tie it around your doggy's neck for a little bandana fashion statement. And get the third one here. And then we're gonna just put in our little jars of pasta salad and pimento cheese. And this would be so much fun if you have kids. Would they not love this? To have a picnic down on the ocean, and then they can use their bucket and their shovel to go play in the sand. Oh, I would love that if I were a kid. And we'll just stick our little shovels in there. We will add I'll put some silverware in here. Alright. And then I'll take a baggie and just put some of the celery and some of the crackers down in there. I'll just do one to finish it off. And then we've got some drinks that we'll put a drink down in there, but I just thought it would be a really cute idea, especially if you have children. Even if you're not at the beach, just to go outside on the back deck or out in the yard and have a little picnic. So let me grab some of my celery. And tuck that down in. And there you go. It's just a different way that you can dress up regular old picnic, or a day at the beach, or just a day in your backyard. So I thank you so much for watching Life with Annie. I'm thinking I'm going to be back again tonight, preparing a breakfast type dish for tomorrow morning. So I'll probably do it tonight, so we'll have it for in the morning. So I'll post a time when I'm going to be doing that. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day. I hope you're having sunshine where you are. If you need the rain, then I hope you're getting as much rain as you need. But everybody be safe out there. Thank you so much for watching. And let me just say one thing. My page hit 500 likes yesterday, and I want to thank everybody so much for liking my page. I hope you'll continue to watch, and I really, really appreciate it. So we'll see you real soon. Bye.